As you know, they've announced a few days ago that they're going to move a lot of their manufacturing business to Mexico.
Donald Trump is going after John Deere, and he's not holding back. Recently, Trump accused the agricultural giant of exploiting farmers. He claimed it locked them out of repairing their equipment, and now moving production to Mexico. Yeah, you heard that right. Trump's attacking a company that has been vital to U.S. farming for over a century. Farmers find John Deere's repair policies frustrating. Now, news of moving jobs south of the border has added fuel to the fire. Let's break it all down because the stakes couldn't be higher. Farmers have always relied on John Deere equipment to get their jobs done. From tractors to planters, these machineries are vital for all aspects of farming. But lately, John Deere has been making life harder for those who helped establish its reputation. Here's the first issue. John Deere has locked its machines. Its software prevents farmers from repairing their own equipment. If a tractor breaks down, farmers can't fix it. They have to call a dealership, wait as long as possible for the tech guy, and pay high repair fees. For farmers, especially in busy seasons, this isn't frustrating, it's devastating. Not only that, John Deere's repair monopoly is more than an inconvenience. It is a financial burden. Farmers face long wait times, high repair costs, and stress from having no options. Even for simple fixes, farmers must rely on authorized dealers due to company policy. Many see this as a rigged system. In response, farmers have begun fighting back. They're demanding a right to repair, a movement that's gaining momentum across the country. Lawsuits have been filed and rallies held. Some bold farmers even hacked their tractors to bypass John Deere's software locks. Isn't that crazy? This is where Trump steps in. At a recent rally, he didn't mince words. He called out John Deere for monopolizing the repair process, leaving farmers powerless. Trump promised to support a right to repair law. It would force companies like John Deere to let farmers fix their equipment. For many rural voters, Trump's message resonates. Farmers have long felt ignored by big corporations and politics. Trump's vocal support gives them a platform and some hope. Now here's the twist that has everyone talking. The company plans to move some aspect of its production to Mexico. For a company that prides itself on being an American icon, this decision feels like a betrayal to many. John Deere says the move is about cutting costs, but farmers and workers aren't buying it. They see it as another example of corporate greed, prioritizing profits over people. The move will reportedly cost hundreds of American jobs. It will leave families and communities in the lurch. Trump's response to the production move? He's vowing to stop it. At his rally, he pledged to impose heavy tariffs of 200% on any John Deere products made in Mexico. He also hinted at using federal policies to incentivize companies to keep jobs in the U.S. Critics say Trump's promises are easier said than done, but his tough-on-trade stance has resonated with workers in manufacturing and agriculture. Farmers, already angry about the repair rules, see this as a slap in the face. They're rallying behind Trump's push to hold John Deere accountable. This isn't about tractors or factory jobs, it's about trust. Farmers in rural America know John Deere for its support. But with the repair monopoly and now the move to Mexico, many feel that the company is abandoning its roots. Farmers ask, how can we trust a company that makes it harder to fix our own equipment and then moves jobs abroad? It's a fair question and one that the company has struggled to answer. Here's the irony. John Deere wasn't always the bad guy. In 1837, a blacksmith named John Deere invented the steel plow. It revolutionized farming. That was the start of the company. The company introduced innovative equipment like the first tractor and hay baler. It earned farmers' loyalty through quality and reliability. For much of its history, John Deere was seen as a partner to farmers. But as technology advanced, so did the company's approach, and not necessarily for the better. Modern tractors are as much computers as they are machines. They rely on complex software to operate, which has given John Deere an excuse to control repairs. The company says it wants to protect IP and ensure safety. Farmers see it as a way to boost profits. For example, if a tractor's software malfunctions, farmers can't just reboot it. They have to call a dealership, wait for a service tech, and pay whatever the company charges. It's frustrating, expensive, and for many, downright unfair. Fed up with these restrictions, farmers are taking action. They're suing, protesting, and pushing for a right-to-repair law. The movement has gained significant traction with states like Colorado passing right-to-repair laws. At the national level, the fight continues. Trump's involvement has fired up the issue. However, it also sparked debates about the government's role in regulating corporate practices. The repair issue is a long-standing fight, but moving production to Mexico has added urgency. For many farmers and factory workers, this feels like a tipping point. They're watching an American company built on the backs of rural communities turn its back on them. People are already feeling the ripple effects of this decision. Small towns that rely on John Deere's factories brace for job losses. Farmers worry about the long-term effects on the company's reputation. However, the equipment giant has defended its actions. It argues that moving to Mexico is necessary to stay competitive in a global market. The company claims it is working to address farmers' concerns about repair restrictions, but many see these efforts as too little, too late. Critics have asserted that the company's focus on profits is eroding the trust it has spent decades building. Farmers find the company's promises hollow amid rising costs and frustrations. Beyond that, the fight over repair rights isn't about John Deere. It's part of a larger movement affecting industries from electronics to medical devices. Consumers everywhere are demanding the ability to fix the products they own. But for farmers, this issue feels especially personal. Their livelihoods depend on their equipment. They're tired of corporate policies holding them hostage. Trump's involvement has added a new level of visibility to the fight, but the battle is far from over. So where do we go from here? Farmers are pushing for change in the courts and via activism. The lawsuits against John Deere are still ongoing. The push for federal right-to-repair laws is growing. As for the move to Mexico, Trump's tough talk has put the company on notice. It is unclear if his tariff threats will stop the move. But one thing is clear: the stakes couldn't be higher. At its core, this isn't about tractors or factory jobs. It's about fairness, trust, and the future of American farming. Farmers work with great dedication to feed the nation. They deserve the tools and the freedom to do their jobs without obstacles. Many feel betrayed by John Deere's repair restrictions and its decision to move to Mexico. Trump's criticism has highlighted these issues, but the fight for farmers' rights is not easing up at all. The battle rages on. It's about more than machines. It's about protecting the livelihoods of those who feed the world. What do you think about Trump's stance on John Deere and the right to repair? Do you believe that moving production to Mexico is a betrayal of American farmers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.